Yeah, you already know what it is. Lethal Talent 24, dive bombing at you with some Eagles content. Let's go. Yo, what up, fam? It's your boy Lethal Talent 24 coming at you with another video. Yo, guys, so I really wanted to just give out that news that Jalen Reagor has been placed on IR. And, we'll just see what happens from there. Hopefully he can heal up. Hopefully he'll be ready to go sometime in November. But for right now, or maybe earlier, but right now, he's going to be placed on IR. Now, the Eagles released their injury report today. And Alshon Jeffrey, couple names that I wanted to bring up, which is Alshon. He was limited in practice today, so hopefully he'll be ready to go. If not this week, but the next game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe. I'm expecting Alshon to look faster, to look quicker in movement, or have more agility. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hoping that we get the Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, at least 2018 Alshon Jeffrey, but I would love 2017 Alshon Jeffrey. So, that's it on him. But it's good to hear that he's in practice, and even though in a limited fashion, it's good that he's there. Now, Deshaun Jackson didn't practice today. Still nursing that hamstring injury. They just need to rest him. Hopefully he'll be ready to go in the game, against the 49ers. But, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see, if he's going to be playing or not. And, a hamstring is nothing to mess with. Those take really long time to, to heal up. And, it's easy to re-aggravate, once you had it. So I really wanted to talk about a couple things. Really, it's going to be like, I guess you could say it's more of like a part 2 of Carson Wentz. And, my thing in the last video was, was he basically, I won't say tanking, won't say intentionally messing, maybe he's just mentally shot in dealing with, Howie, Jeffrey, and all those guys, and the dysfunction in the organization, and he's, and the thing with Jalen Hurts, you know what I'm saying? So then you got people talking about, Nick Foles coming out. Now, Nick Foles, there was a small report coming out that Nick Foles said that Frank Reich had figured him out in 2017. And, basically that's, one of the things that, or one of the reasons why we took off in 2017 with Nick Foles. And I mean, they already said in that interview back in 2017 that they were going to go back to the Chip Kelly film, see the best things that he did there, and, work to his strengths. So if he did that with Nick Foles, they were doing it with Carson Wentz that year, and that's why Carson took off. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Carson looked so good. That's where he was at that MVP level. And as soon as we lost Frank Reich, that structure for Wentz, and especially John DeFilippo, who was a tough QB coach. Even though Carson didn't agree with a lot of stuff that he made him do, he still did it because DeFilippo demanded it, and Carson Wentz fell in line. Now you got Press Taylor, who doesn't do that and is letting Carson just waste away. And that's organizational. That's coaching and organizational. If you don't see that your quarterback has regressed so much since his 2017 season, really, then as an organization, if it were me, I'd be like, you gotta go. We need to get somebody, or we get Rich Scangarello, or however you say his last name. He'd be the QB coach, because he demands that QBs fall in line and follow what he's telling them, what he's teaching them. You know what I'm saying? Because Carson and Press are friends. So we need somebody in there that's not trying to be a friend, but that's trying to get the best out of the quarterback that plays in the NFL. We need that. So, I mean, and here's another thing, is that a lot of people are talking about Nick Foles just because he came back against the Falcons, who have been doing nothing, who know how to choke religiously. They have the book on choking. They choked against the Cowboys. They choked against the Bears. You know what I'm saying? And People like to blow this up because they won the game. Foles brought them back into the game, and with Atlanta's poor tackling, and Foles making good throws, they won the game. Had they not, you would not be hearing Nick Foles' name even mentioned. But because it is, we gonna sit here and talk about it. So when Nick Foles, back in 2018, when Nick Foles was the QB after Carson Wentz went 5-6, and still nursing that back injury and recovering from his knee injury, Nick Foles throws 7 interceptions in 5 games, which includes the playoff game against the Bears, which he threw 2 interceptions in. Nobody said anything because we won those games, right? Had the Bears not beat the Vikings and rested their players to beat the Vikings, we would not be in the playoffs. Period. But because they did, and we did our job against the Washington football team, who had a third-string quarterback out there, we handled business. The Bears did us a favor. We get in. We face the Bears. Foles throws 2 picks, but throws a touchdown to Golden Tate to go ahead. And if it had not been for the missed field goal, we would lose that game. But then he goes against the Saints and comes out, looks well, but then totally just throws the game away, literally just missing throws all over the place, can't hit anybody. And not to mention Brandon Graham, who had an opportunity. He had a sack fumble against Drew Brees, and instead of falling on the ball, he tries to pick it up, and he loses it when he tries to, run it in for a touchdown. But I digress. Yes, Alshon Jeffrey dropped the pass, but it should have never came down to that. Seeing what we saw from Nick Foles in the NFC Championship game against the Vikings in 2017, and also the Super Bowl in 2017. So anyway, what I'm saying is that he didn't play all that well, throwing all those interceptions in 5 games. Yet Carson Wentz in 2020, he throws 6 picks in 3 games, and everybody wants to bench him and have Jalen Hurts come in, which he just looked absolutely scared. He was fumbling the ball. He's not ready. He is not ready. So my point is this, man. And you can argue that Nick Foles, didn't have John DeFilippo and Frank Reich in 2018. But he's a veteran quarterback. He has the experience where Carson Wentz doesn't. So to have that structure taken away from him, knowing where he was in 2017, that hurt him more than it did Foles. So, really, it all comes down to this, man. Carson is supposed to grow under Doug Peterson's coaching tutelage under his offense, and he's not. He regressed. That's on Doug, and it really just needs to start getting better, man. It needs to be better. We got to come out swinging against the 49ers, and I hope we do so. And we got to see a better Carson Wentz. And it starts with the front office, the organization, Howie. It starts with Doug. And it starts with Carson too. He's not protected in all this. Carson has to step up in this game, because if he doesn't, we're going to be in a world of hurt. And I am going to support my team. I will not put a bag over my head where I got too much pride for that. And anybody that's a fan of this organization or this team should feel the same way. So, really, I already knew this season wasn't going to be what we thought it was, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. But a win on Sunday would make everything calm down and feel good. So let's hope for that. But that's all I got to say, guys. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Alshon Jeffrey, in his practice? Do you think he'll be able to play this weekend? If not, the next weekend. Let me know what you think about that. And let me know what you think Carson Wentz or Nick Foles, or do you still feel that Jalen Hurts should be the starter going forward? How do you feel about that? So let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say, guys. So keep your talents sharp and go Birds. EAGLES Eagles, and that's what's up. You guys take it easy. Peace.
Every time they put me in a battle, I'm lethal. Nigga too sweet and low, you ain't equal. Shut 'em down.